Stop whatever you are doing right now, pull up a chair, and listen closely, because the next few minutes might literally save your life or the life of someone you love deeply. I am Dr. David Anderson, and over my decades of practicing medicine and diving into oncological research, I have seen too many vibrant people over the age of 50 blindsided by a diagnosis that could have been entirely avoided. Today, we are going to walk through a scientifically proven, profoundly simple daily routine that clinical studies show can drastically plummet your risk of developing cancer as you age. I am sharing this with you not as an aloof doctor in a white coat, but like a brother sitting across the kitchen table, giving you the honest truth. We will cover the exact biological steps to turn your body into an inhospitable fortress against rogue cells. But before we dive in, I want to know exactly who I am speaking with today. Where are you watching from? USA, Canada, UK, Japan, Australia, Germany, or somewhere else? And how old are you? Tell me in the comments right now, because I read every single one, and it helps me tailor this crucial information directly to you. When we cross that 50-year threshold, something invisible but highly consequential shifts inside our cellular machinery. The natural defenses that effortlessly swept away mutated cells in our 30s begin to lose their edge, growing tired and less vigilant. This is not a design flaw in human biology, but a gentle reminder that we must take a more active role in commanding our internal security systems. Most folks believe cancer is just a roll of the genetic dice, but robust medical research from institutions like Harvard tells an incredibly empowering story. The truth is that our daily, seemingly mundane choices act as literal instructions to our DNA, turning cancer-protective genes on or off. By stacking a few precise habits, we can reboot that youthful cellular surveillance. Missing even one piece of this puzzle leaves a gap in your armor, which is why understanding how these steps sequence together is absolutely vital. The absolute foundation of this defense begins the split second your feet hit the floor, involving something so basic most people dismiss it. As we age, our brains lose interoceptive thirst sensitivity, meaning you can be severely dehydrated at a cellular level without feeling a dry mouth. Research from the University of Barcelona demonstrates older adults routinely operate in a state of chronic dehydration, turning the lymphatic system, the body's internal garbage disposal, into a stagnant swamp. This network carries away damaged DNA fragments and runs exclusively on water. When you wake up, before coffee or looking at your phone, drink 20 ounces of pure room temperature water. This solitary act flushes out inflammatory debris that accumulated overnight. Chronic low-grade inflammation is the absolute favorite fertilizer for cancer cells, particularly in the colon, and early morning hydration acts as a daily power wash for your internal ecosystem. If you skip that morning flush, the second layer of our defense cannot take root, because a stagnant environment prevents the absorption of critical armor. I am talking about feeding the trillions of microscopic allies living in your digestive tract. Stanford University recently published a landmark study revealing that diets rich in naturally fermented foods, like plain kefir and raw sauerkraut, dramatically reduce systemic inflammatory proteins that drive disease progression. As we journey past 50, our gut lining naturally becomes more permeable, allowing rogue bacterial toxins to leak into the bloodstream and trigger immune panic. By introducing fermented foods daily, you deploy beneficial bacteria that produce a miracle compound called butyrate. This short-chain fatty acid acts like a biological sniper, sending a chemical signal to precancerous cells in your digestive tract, commanding them to self-destruct before they can ever form a polyp. Now that your internal pathways are flushed and your gut is producing targeted anti-cancer acids, you must physically alter the environment in which your cells breathe. We are not talking about exhausting gym sessions. We are talking about metabolic movement. In the 1930s, scientists discovered the Warburg effect, proving malignant cells are entirely addicted to sugar and absolutely despise oxygen. When you engage in 40 minutes of brisk, continuous walking, where you can converse but feel a light sweat, you perform a dual miracle. First, you rapidly burn through circulating glucose, starving any microscopic rogue cells of their favorite fuel source. Second, you flood your vascular system with rich, highly oxygenated blood, creating an internal atmosphere where cancer simply cannot survive or multiply. This sustained movement rescues deteriorating cellular power plants known as mitochondria. After our 6th decade, mitochondrial efficiency drops terribly, a primary driver of cancer susceptibility. However, a massive meta-analysis by the American Cancer Society showed that moderate daily movement forces your body to build brand new, highly efficient mitochondria. It is like replacing a sputtering engine with a pristine motor inside every single cell. If you pair this metabolic walking with your morning water, you compound the benefits exponentially. But all the oxygen in the world will not protect you if you do not give your cells raw materials to repair DNA, leading us directly to your dinner plate. The scientific community is buzzing about sulforaphane, a compound found in cruciferous vegetables like broccoli sprouts, which holds the key to genetic preservation. Researchers at Johns Hopkins University discovered sulforaphane acts as a skeleton key, unlocking a genetic pathway called NRF2. Think of NRF2 as the ultimate master switch for your cellular security system. When activated, it commands over 200 different genes to immediately start repairing damaged DNA and detoxifying the body of environmental carcinogens. The tragic reality is that our natural NRF2 activation plummets drastically as we age, leaving our DNA exposed to devastating mutations. Consuming these specific vegetables wakes that dormant system right back up. But here is the critical catch, and the reason so many people eat broccoli and never reap these profound medical benefits. The cancer-killing sulforaphane does not actually exist in the raw vegetable. It is only created through a chemical reaction when the plant is chopped, mixing with an enzyme called myrosinase. If you take your broccoli and immediately boil it at high temperatures, you completely destroy that fragile enzyme. You must chop your cruciferous vegetables and let them sit on the cutting board for at least 40 minutes before applying heat, allowing the chemical magic to take place. Alternatively, add a pinch of raw mustard seed powder after cooking, which replaces the lost enzyme and skyrockets the bioavailability of the sulforaphane. Skipping this preparation step means leaving the most powerful medicine nature offers sitting deactivated on your plate. Even if you perfectly execute the hydration, gut support, movement, and repair foods, there is one final, non-negotiable habit acting as the vault door to lock all these benefits in place. I am talking about oncological sleep architecture, and the medical data is so serious that chronically disrupted sleep is classified as a probable human carcinogen. When you enter the deepest phases of rest, your brain initiates the glymphatic system, physically flushing out neurotoxins. Simultaneously, your pineal gland releases melatonin, which oncologists recognize as one of the most ferocious, tumor-suppressing antioxidants ever discovered. Melatonin literally hunts down cancer cells and cuts off their blood supply in a process called anti-angiogenesis, suffocating tumors before they grow. The heartbreaking truth is melatonin production falls by nearly 70% as we enter our golden years, meaning your ultimate nighttime armor is compromised. If you sleep with a television flickering or look at bright screens in bed, you obliterate whatever tiny fraction of melatonin your aging brain tries to produce. You must defend your sleep like your life depends on it. Creating a pitch-black, cool environment around 65 degrees and committing to 7 solid hours of rest is the ultimate biological reset button. It weaves the hydration, nutrients, and movement together into an impenetrable shield. My friends, you hold so much power over your own health destiny. Your body is a miraculous, self-healing vessel that desperately wants to protect you, but you have to provide it with the right environment, the right fuel, and the right care. Start with the water, feed your gut, take that brisk walk, respect the broccoli, and guard your sleep. It is simple, practically free, and entirely within your control starting right this very second. If you found this information valuable and it opened your eyes to what is truly possible for your health, please hit that subscribe button right now and share this exact video with a friend or family member who needs to hear it. Let us build a community of empowered, thriving individuals. Leave a comment below telling me which one of these 5 steps you are going to master first tomorrow morning. Your health is your greatest wealth. Treat it fiercely, stay strong, stay informed, and I will see you in the next video.